We got a piece of good news today. Karen Handel, the VP of Susan G. Komen, is no longer the VP of Susan G. Komen.
Apparently they told her, you can't handle the truth.
So this is great news. She has decided to resign, and she released a statement that said, "I am deeply disappointed by the gross mischaracterizations of the strategy, its rationale, and my involvement in it. I openly acknowledge my role in the matter and continue to believe our decision was the best one for Komen's future and the women we serve."
My bottom line interpretation of that quote is, I can't believe you guys said I orchestrated this. And by the way, I orchestrated this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we thought. That's why we thought you should go. Because, and everybody remember why we said she should be fired immediately yesterday on the program, because we found out from an inside source with corroborating evidence from emails, internal emails, showing that she had been pushing for this political agenda all along. Susan G. Komen Foundation's money went towards 170,000 breast exams at Planned Parenthood over the last 5 years. So if they defund Planned Parenthood, that's so many less breast exams. But Karen Handel didn't care. She cared about pro-life, pro-choice abortion more than she cared about breast cancer. That's why she had to be fired, because she wasn't there to do her job. She was there to push her political agenda. And the internal sources at Susan G. Komen Foundation absolutely confirmed that. And today, of course, they listened to the Young Turks and fired her.
Right, that's exactly what happened. They listened to the Young Turks.
Yeah.
But look, the proof was in the pudding. When she was campaigning in Georgia to be elected as governor, that was the main platform that she was campaigning on. She was anti-abortion. In fact, she was in a constant debate with other candidates about who's more anti-abortion, right? She was endorsed by Sarah Palin. I mean, there's no question about it that this was political.
And in her campaign, she talked about defunding Planned Parenthood.
Right.
This is not a coincidence. This is an ongoing, a plan that is coordinated. There's, of course, Republicans within Congress who are pushing for defunding Planned Parenthood and investigating it, et cetera. And it's all working in coordination. And of course, the Republican activists are trying to infiltrate Planned Parenthood. This is what they did to Acorn, and they're trying to do it here. And for Susan G. Komen Foundation to politicize themselves and get involved in this group was a horrible mistake. Now, I thought it was something that they had done because this woman came in and convinced them, and golly gee, they didn't know much about politics, et cetera. When it turns out, in fact, a great section of the board, including the founder of Susan G. Komen Foundation and the current head, are all Republican. They're not just Republicans, and there's nothing wrong with that in terms of fighting breast cancer.
They're severe, Republican activists that give a tremendous amount of money to the Republican Party. In fact, a lot of them endorsed George Bush.
They didn't just endorse George Bush. Several people on the board raised over $250,000 for George Bush, including the founder of Susan G. Komen Foundation. She was a pioneer for the Bush campaign.
You look at the list of their board of directors. Nancy Brinker, she's the CEO that you mentioned. She was a hardcore Bush supporter. Then her son is also on the board of directors, Eric Brinker, Linda Custard, Connie O'Neill, Linda Law. These are all Republicans that are very, very much in that Republican circle in terms of politics. There are a few Democrats, and then Elise Gellerman is the only person who doesn't have a political record at all. But, people are questioning whether or not them changing their stance on Planned Parenthood is enough to trust their organization. And look, I was very ignorant on Susan G. Komen Foundation prior to this. I thought, oh, they're raising money for breast cancer research. How are you going to dislike them? But you look into the numbers and you look at the amount of money they raise and the amount of money they actually give to the cause, and you realize they might be a nonprofit, but there's something wrong here. For instance, Nancy Brinker makes about $417,000 annually.
If you're trying to fight breast cancer, $417,000 is an awful high salary to take as you head that foundation. And it's not like they had to recruit somebody from somewhere else and God, this person led, I don't know, make it up, IBM, and if we can just get her on board, the organization will do so much better. No, she's the one who founded it in the first place.
Why do you think she's able to bring home a salary like that? Because you cut corners and you don't donate as much as you should to the cost. I'll give you an example. They've only donated 7% to treatment, 15% to screening. For research, only 24%. For education, 34%.
The downside is education is marketing costs. And that's your largest percentage there. You wish the larger percentage would be prevention, treatment, cure. It's a race for the cure, right? The upside of education is they have, done a great job of getting the country to realize, hey, you know what? This affects 1 in 8 women, and you need to have regular breast exams. And I think that they deserve a lot of credit for that. But they got to tighten up here. They can't get involved in politics. I think they give too much to their CEO, and I would definitely start playing around with those percentages there. They've done such a good job in educating Americans about breast cancer. I'd move some of the money to actually trying to find a cure now.